hey, not so fast. Ah!
Roar. Also, I've got an upgrade.
Ay, 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 why, amigo?
Because I have 50 million power on Rise.
Sup guys, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Transformers Studio Series 103 Voyager class Rise of the Beasts RHINOX. Now, I gotta say, they did a pretty good job putting RHINOX into live action mode, especially considering how similar RHINOX's head design is when compared to the original Beast Wars RHINOX head. And I do like how RHINOX as a character is this like big, bulky guy with some killer looking weapons, literally killer. And most of all, I just love the fact that he turns into a rhinoceros. When I was younger, I always loved rhinoceros. I just liked how big and bulky they were, and I loved that horn. It was quite sad to find out that a lot of them were being poached for their horns, making rhinos quite an endangered species. Nonetheless, I'm glad the people who did Beast Wars decided to make a Transformer turn into a rhino. Like, I never knew that there was going to be a Transformer that turned into a rhinoceros until I found out about Beast Wars. Also, by the way, that show has some really goofy CGI. I mean, that show was in the 90s, and when people were working on CGI for the first time, it didn't really come out quite as good. That's why they learned from their mistakes. But if I'm being totally honest with you, their first attempts at CGI are just abysmal. Well, in some points. Nonetheless, kids still watched Beast Wars, and they grew up with it, and lived with it. And I'm sure there's a lot of kids that grown up, like probably now adults, and they love the fact that some of the characters from Beast Wars have been integrated onto live action, especially RHINOX and Optimus Primal, and Cheater and Airazor. Well, anyways, let's just get on to the figure. Now, painting and sculpting, pretty good for this guy. Front is pretty accurate to what he looks like in the movie. There is a little bit of kibble on the back, but it's not bad. Also, I like how he has a tail sticking out, kind of like how you could do it with Cheater. Oh, and that head sculpt is pretty cool too. And I like how you get to see some of the animal parts. Now, for some reason, this figure's not available on Amazon yet. But this time, Target and Walmart decided to beat Amazon on RHINOX and Gamer Edition Megatron. Just a few days prior to its official release, Amazon ran out of stock, so I guess that kind of set back the in-stock date for RHINOX. Oh, and this guy is available to get in stores. You just gotta look for it. And search thoroughly. I'm pretty sure your store has it. Oh, funny enough, the guy who voices this guy is also the guy that voices this guy and Blitzwing from the Bumblebee movie. The voice actor's name is David Skobelev, I think. These two both pretty much sound the same. It's just Battletrap had more lines than RHINOX because, of course, they didn't really want both of them to sound the same. Battletrap had a few pretty good lines like, someone give me a real fight. Or, and they call yourself a prime, kind of thing. Whereas this guy, he just had, we'll clear the way. And no, that wasn't Optimus Primal. That was RHINOX. Oh, and speaking of Optimus Primal and RHINOX, the two characters look really good side by side each other. Kind of like with Optimus Prime and Ironhide. Well, from the Bayverse. You know, honestly, I feel like we should have had more dialogue with this guy. Alright, let's cut the complaining. This is a review. Anyways, let's just get down to the accessories. So, RHINOX just comes with one weapon, and it is his hammer, or missile launcher. Those look like missiles right there. Anyways, you're just going to simply plug it all the way into, like, this section right here. Apparently, all of this isn't, like, 5mm, probably, like, 4.5mm right here. Whereas with this part right here, it's 5mm. Not sure why they did that. I feel like RHINOX was meant to have both of his hands holding the axe. Hammer. I mean, you could probably have him like this, to kind of fake having both of his hands hold the hammer. But there's something I figured out you could do, is you could, like, push this in, have his hand like that, and have his hand faking holding his hammer, and it looks like it turned into a little missile launcher. I mean, it's something you can do, but not gonna lie, it kind of looks a little cool. Kinda wish we had something like this in the movies. And for weapon storage, the hammer just plugs in like so. Oh, and I tried putting the Rise of the Beast mainline RHINOX's Gatling guns on his hands, but it doesn't really fit because like his hands are too thick. So yeah, it's just his hammer. I wish he came with a flame effect so we could put it on his mouth when he's in robot mode. Whatever. Anyways, let's just get down to articulation. Starting off, ball joint at the head, which allows an up and a down, and a swivel, but a very tight swivel. I don't think I can do it. Full rotation at the arm. Shoulder pad moves out, which allows the shoulder to bend. Unless you want to tap the whole shoulder, then you could exceed the bend. Yeah, that looks like someone snapped his shoulder clean off. Bend at the elbow. Elbow swivel. I don't think it could do a full 360 without popping the... Never mind. Wrist swivel. Waist swivel. Tail can move uncontrollably. Front skirt likes to move up and down. Side skirts like to move out. They don't really move out that far though. Also, they're made out of rubber. Anyways, legs can spread. Leg can move up that far. Can move all the way back that far. That's pretty good. Thigh swivel. Double bend at the knee, which can actually allow a and a chicken hinge. That is very, very weird. Foot can move up and down. Foot can also do a pivot. And unfortunately, no foot swivel. That's fine. Anyways, let's just get down a size comparison. Starting off, here is next to mainline RHINOX, mainline Primal, mainline Prime, mainline Cheater, mainline Pablo, and I guess why not Bayway Weapons Master, aka knockoff of Studio Series Ironhide. I decided to put them along side by side because RHINOX is basically the Ironhide of the Maximals. Studio Series Freezer, Studio Series Core Class RC, Studio Series Bumblebee, Studio Series Air Razor, Studio Series Cheater, Studio Series Battle Trap, and lastly here he is next to his wavemate, or kinda, Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. Anyways, let's just get down to transformation. Starting off, what you're gonna do first is you're gonna rotate the hand and make sure you don't untab that yet. I hate it when it does that. Anyways, once you have the knuckles pointing downwards, you're gonna open this up, rotate the whole section, close it in, and that reveals the foot. You're gonna want to rotate that as well. You do the same thing for the other side. What you're gonna do is brutally open up RHINOX's 4-pack, and then open up his chest, close that in, it will tab in right there, and then just push that in, it'll close in. Don't forget to open this back side up, open the head up, close both horns in, open the neck piece up, close all of that in, and close that in as well. And then you're going to come back to the head, open up the top part, which will reveal his horn, move that out, place it there, and close the head in place, and that reveals the horn. Nice looking horn, by the way. Leave this downwards and close that in. Same thing with the other side. Leave the front of the rhino straight like that, and let's work on the legs, which is a pretty easy transformation. You're just gonna keep the side skirts tips over here as close to the hollow grooves as close as possible. You're just gonna push the legs down like that, which you got this, which not gonna lie, that's kind of goofy. Anyways, you're gonna open this up, close it in, and make sure that tab right there connects it to that slot. You can't really see it. It's, again, the shadows. I can't really fix that on the camera. Anyways, just tab them in, and finally you'll be left off with the Rhino mode of RHINOX. Now, I gotta say, this Rhino mode is a big improvement to the mainline Studio Series RHINOX. The details are a little bit better, especially with the slender kind of parts. And the big belly right here, that's kind of how rhinos actually are in real life. Also, the horn keeps on moving down and up, which is kind of annoying. Anyways, for articulation, the head can move up and down. The jaw can open up, actually, which I think is cool. Open up. Come on, open up. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. The leg can move up and down. They could also spread and bend like that. Legs can move backwards, kind of like that, which is kind of lame. And lastly, just like the robot mode, the tail can move uncontrollably up and down. Weapon storage is also same as robot mode, just plugs on the back right there. Oh, and I think having RC holding on to the hammer is much easier than RC standing up on RHINOX. but you can still manage to have her standing on top of RHINOX without the hammer, to make it movie accurate. The only thing that's missing here is RC's secondary pistol, it's fine. Also, here he is with the side-by-side size comparison with the original mainline RHINOX. Yeah, you can definitely spot a difference between the two. I don't even have to say which one's better for this one. So I thought to myself, why not give him a little side-by-side comparison with his other Studio Series Maximal counterparts. Of course, Optimus Primal is missing because he's not out yet. He will be out somewhere around the holidays, maybe somewhere I think it's Thanksgiving. Or I think they push it back up to December, I'm not too sure. Anyways, cool team, cool team. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much all I had to say for this guy. If you want to get this guy, I think you'll have a good chance of finding him at either Target or Walmart. I haven't really heard much about people finally getting the RHINOX from Amazon. I'm pretty sure everyone canceled their pre-orders after they heard that RHINOX has started to pop up in Targets and Walmarts. So I guess that results in a W for Target and Walmart against Amazon. Whatever. Anyways, if you like what you saw in this video, be sure to slam that like button. Be sure to share it with your friends as well. Be sure to turn on post notifications, that's if it works for you. Sometimes it doesn't work for other people, not sure how that works. But most importantly, be sure to hit that big red button so we could get to 5,000 subscribers before 2024. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. See ya!